Hey YouTube family, how are you guys doing? I hope you're all doing well. This is a custom handmade Cozart 12-string S-style electric guitar. Yep, handmade by someone who doesn't have a clue how to make guitars. Wow, this thing is in terrible shape, setup-wise. We're going to dig into this and see if we can fix it. This belongs to a good friend of mine. He's a drummer in a band that I used to play with quite often. He just got this on eBay and it was super cheap. It was like under 300 bucks Canadian, delivered right to his door. And he likes it a lot. It's super light. This thing is, look, it weighs nothing. I'll get you some specs later in the video. But he asked if I could set it up for him. He says it doesn't stay in tune well. The intonation is off, and he said the action is really high. And check this out. Look at look at how high the strings are off that fretboard. Man, it's terrible. Anyway, I'm going to have a look at this and see if I can help him out, but I have never held, let alone played, a 12-string guitar, and I definitely have never set one up before. So I guess I'm going to approach this like if it was a 6-string, and I'll just add 6 extra strings. How hard could it be? Let's get into this and see what we're dealing with. First, I'll give you a few sound clips. Full tone, full volume, just like a Strat, and the old G chord. Oh gosh! No kidding, it's out of tune. Second position. I can't even make a bar chord. The strings are so high off the fretboard. Gosh, it's terrible. Custom handmade, folks. That's what you get. Alright, you know what? We're done. I can't handle this anymore. Look how much the neck drops in that pocket in the front. You see the angle going down here, right? This is going to need a shim to bring that neck up and to be able to bring those strings down. And I don't know about the relief in the neck. It probably has too much of it. But we'll check that. All right, let's get this thing done. So he's not looking to get any mods done to this thing. He just wants it playable. I'll give it the going over that I would normally do with my guitars and see what we can do for him. See if we can get this thing playable. So we're going to check the relief and see what we got going on. You know what? It's not terrible. But there's definitely too much relief in there. We're just going to proceed with taking the strings off and seeing what's going on with this neck pocket. It looks like poplar body, super light. And this is a print. It's clear coated over, but you can see how, you know, it's not even, it's a print and it's not even cut well. Like there's a pointy edge over here and a little pointy edge over here, and you know. And then they went low here and high over here. So it's just a print, and then they clear coated over it. So whatever, it looks pretty neat. And these are like double saddles, right? So they have one string that goes string through, and then the other one that's top load. So interesting. All right, this guitar weighs 6.8 pounds. 6.8 pounds. This thing is super light. So 1 out of 12 tuners has no play. Look, let's play, 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 play. No play, none. This one is really good. And lots of play, lots of play, lots of play. The heads are all loose. Gonna need to be tightened. These are closed case tuners, so you can't really lubricate them. Check these. Okay. This is a plastic nut. Hopefully a little bit of filing will help open things up and won't bind up the strings as much, and I'll lubricate it before we put new strings on. I'll get you some readings here. Full volume, full tone. Position number 1. You're getting 3.94. 3.94? Wow, that's one weak pickup. Middle position, 3.95. And neck, 3.88. Position 4, neck and middle, 197. Wow. And position number 2, bridge and middle, 1.99. I don't know if that's typical for 12-string electrics, but man, those are weak output pickups. Is there an indexing hole on these? Yes, there is. Right there, center hole. All right, let's see how good this neck is in this pocket. It's not super tight. There's a lot of play side to side, but it seems to fit pretty good in the middle there. There's a lot of junk in there. Look, it looks like they sanded the neck after it was finished, because the clear coat's completely sanded off. So it's almost like the neck didn't fit. And look at the crud on the top of these. Holy, look at that. This pocket is pretty rough. It's got some chisel marks almost in there. So definitely got to sand that pocket down and open up these holes a bit. Even the pick guard's all like, it's almost like they installed the pick guard and then ran a little router around the edge here to cut it. And they didn't do a good job of it. Look. Pull this up and have a look. All right, well, no surprises. Unbranded, pretty cheap, pretty small magnet. Box switch at the back there, and dime size pots. Nothing fancy, but the cavities are very clean. You have, humbucker, single humbucker. Although they left a big chunk right here. Why would they do that? They left one chunk. They must have just been in a rush to clock out on Friday, I guess. One chunk of wood there, one triangular piece right here. Anyway, I'm going to try and take that off. Yeah, I just took the knobs off, and look at all the big clumps of plastic in there. All right, I have to take these apart to get that off. Well, I got 2 of them done. Do this last one here. Little 10mm wrench will do it. And there's plastic everywhere. Pull this plastic off. Go. It's all like the washer's wrapped up in the plastic. You gotta, there. It'll free up the knobs a bit. They have a little hole on the side for the pin that you'll find on the top side of some volume pots. And you have to line that up to make sure that it doesn't install crooked, or you got to snip it off. A lot of people do that too, but works well. Okay, this was backbowed because of all the tension on the 12 strings, right? And I gave it about a turn, and now we are sitting pretty flat. Wow. Perfectly level frets. Custom handmade. That's awesome. Oh, well, that's good. All right, but they're in bad shape. They're going to need some major polishing for sure. You can get all the grime off of them first. We go to 12 to 1500. Do the same thing. And finally the 2500. And after this, we'll just have the final polishing with the steel wool. And these frets will feel like glass. Fretboard's still super ashy. But look at those nice shiny frets. Woo! There we go, look at that. That's how a guitar should come to you. Let's get some of this gloss off the back of this neck. All right, got to start with some 1200 grit. Look at that crap that's on these necks. And I wish you could feel how smooth this neck is. Holy smokes, it's super nice. So now I'm just going to finish it off with this 2500 grit. And that's it. Just gonna let that soak in, and we're gonna have a look at that neck pocket on the guitar body. All right, just gonna use this little metal file here. It's pretty aggressive, just to get rid of these big lips. There's a big lip here on the edge. So that's gonna tilt the neck inward towards the bass strings, right? And I'm gonna get rid of that and kind of get rid of some of these chisel marks back here. And this big lip of kind of finish up here. Get rid of that, and then I'll take some fine sandpaper and we'll clean up the pocket. And we're definitely going to need a shim in this thing. So what's good with this is it's not going to take anything off the sides, right? Perfect. There, just drilled out these holes. So now the screw slides freely into the body and will only thread into the back of the neck. So the Cozart is back together. I did use a shim to raise the front part of the neck here in the pocket, just so that I can get these strings closer to the fretboard without altering the height of these saddles too much, because they're pretty much where I'd like to keep them. Filed all these slots down. So my buddy Mo gave me a set of Ernie Ball 12-string light nickel wound custom gauge guitar strings to put on. So from what it looks like here, the E string is a 9, the B is a 12, then it goes to a 20, 26, 36, and 46. And then the octave strings are a 9, so 9, 9, 12, 12, 9 again, which is weird, I don't get that. And then 12, 26, 20, 36, and 26 with the 46. So, all right, let's just do that. So the bass strings, like the low strings, are on the inside. So every second notch here is like the regular strings, like I'd use on my guitars. And then the outside are the octave strings. So on these Cozarts, the bass string goes string through. So back here, like so, right? And then the octave string, and I'm just like doing the B string, so this is like 12 and 12. This one is top load. So kink the string a bit so that you can get it over and above the saddle. And there you go. So we have one string through and one top load. So I'm just going to keep going like that, and then I'll come back to you when the whole thing is done. All right, got all the strings on. String alignment looks pretty good, other than this last pole piece, like they're way off. But I might need to adjust the neck a little bit. I might need to tilt the neck this way some. We'll see. All right, well, here it is, the Cozart custom handmade 12-string guitar. Oh yeah. Yeah, it turned out all right. I have no clue what I'm doing when it comes to 12-string as far as tuning and stuff, but it's a lot better. The action's super low. See that? And you can kind of play it like a regular electric guitar. It's just weird. It's kind of fun to play. Sorry, 12-string guitar players. You guys are probably like, oh god, who the heck is this guy? I'm just a 6-string telly player trying to set up a 12-string guitar for a friend of mine and no clue what I'm doing. Back in the case for the Cozart custom handmade 12 string. Anyway, I hope my buddy likes it. Thanks for checking this out, guys. You guys take care. God bless. And keep rocking your 6 string. Doesn't matter what the name says on the headstock. If you like it, it's a good guitar.